Good morning, first grade artists. Welcome back to art. I think this is our fourth remote project now, and I'm really loving all the amazing artwork I've been getting. Love to see what you're up to. So here is an example of where we're headed today. We're going to be creating this really cool artwork that looks like a spider web, or sometimes people even see it sort of looking like a target. So let's take a look at where we're going to start. So this is where we're going to end up. And now let's find out how we get here. So last week we talked about straight lines, lines that move in a straight path and can move in three different directions. They can move from side to side or horizontal, they can move up and down or vertical, and they can also move diagonally on an angle. Now to begin, you will need a piece of paper, just like last time. So you can take one of the pieces of paper out of your portfolio, one of your project papers, and you will also need some crayons. So just like last week, we are going to begin, and I'll show you a picture of that too. We're going to begin with making our lines in all three directions, just like we did with last week's project. So I'm going to go ahead and choose a color. This time I think I'm going to make all of my lines with one color, but if you would like to, do them with all different colors, that's fine too. So I've chosen a color, and I'm going to start first with my horizontal line, straight all the way from one edge to the other. That's really important. Next line, I'm going to go from the top, hold it with my other hand so that the paper doesn't move around, and then come down. Next, I'm going to make my diagonal line. So again, you can go from one corner through the center and then to the other corner, or if you find that that's tricky, it's a little bit easier if you actually start in the center first and then go to the corner, and then start in the center again and go to the other corner. Something about splitting it up like that makes it a little bit easier to manage. So now I have the artwork that I made last week, and the big twist to this, if you take a look at our artwork, is that suddenly, instead of just straight lines, we have some curvy lines now, and in fact we have a shape. We are going to be adding in circles next. And I know it's hard to make a circle just freehand, but do the best you can. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out in the center, making a small circle. So I'm just going to go around really slowly and carefully, and then come back to the other side. There's my first circle. Now I'm going to come out a little ways and make a bigger circle. And again, if it's not perfectly centered, it's okay, not a big deal. Now I'm going to go to my next circle, a little bit bigger. This time it's going to go kind of off the edge a little bit. So you sort of imagine where that circle would go. I think over here I'll be all set though. This one's kind of interesting. All right, and now to me, it seems like there should be another one just on the corners here. So I'm going to kind of imagine where that bigger circle would go. I think it would be right about here, maybe here, and then maybe right about here. Oops. All right, so now I have my spider web, and I'm going to start adding color. Now there's a lot more little areas here than there was on our last drawing, so we're going to really have to go slow and be careful in order to keep it inside our lines. So I'm going to start here first, right in the center. Choose any color you'd like, and then I'm just going to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, until I fill up all of the white, going in one direction until I get to the edge here, and then I'm just going to turn, so I'm going in the direction of my curve so I can color that all in. Now I'm going to choose a different color, and I want to just show you how you can make your colors really, really dark. So for example, if I take this next color, let's see, I'm having a hard time deciding what color I want to use. I'm going to use orange. So if you go lightly with your crayon, you are going to get a light color. Just makes sense, right? What do you think happens if you press down hard with the crayon? If you said that the color gets darker, you'd be right. So check out my light orange here. Now I'm going to press down really hard. And this is something that I call rich and creamy coloring, getting rid of all the white. So if you want your colors to be really bright, all you have to do is really press down on your crayon and you're going to get that nice darker version of that color. So now those look like two different oranges, a light orange and a dark orange, even though it was the same crayon. So all you have to do is change how much you're pushing down or the pressure that you're putting on your crayon. All right, I'm going to move on to another color here. I think I'll do purple this time. And again, you kind of get to decide, do I want to make it darker? Do I want to make it lighter? It really is up to you. When you use all light colors, it gives a little bit of a softer feeling to the artwork. When you press down a little bit harder, the colors are just kind of bolder and brighter. You can see them better. All right, so you are going to continue switching colors in every new shape until all of the shapes are colored. So I've got quite a bit of work left to do here, and you'll just keep on going, coloring in those shapes. And then in the end, you end up with this really beautiful spiderweb or target, however you want to look at it. It's a really great way to practice not only your straight lines, but also making circles, as well as practicing your coloring. So that's the project for today, my friends. I'm really looking forward to seeing what you do with it, and stay tuned for the next art video. Hope you guys are all doing well. Take care. Bye-bye.